One of those transfers, Colin Kirst, he's a senior out of Seton Hall Prep, started his career at Lehigh last year, the Big Ten Specialist of the Year. His brother Connor transferred into Rutgers last year, his father Kyle, a goalie at Rutgers in the late 80s. And there's Erik Peters, added to the Tualatin Award watch list earlier this week. The reigning Ivy League Player of the Week, 17 saves in a 10-8 victory down at third-ranked Georgetown last Saturday. That one, he had his breakout game for Princeton 2 years ago as a freshman against Rutgers. But here's another transfer, Jonathan Duhenio. Shot off the face-off draw win, foot race forward, and it'll be Ross Scott winning it to the end line, so it'll stay with the Scarlet Knights.
Looks like Erik Peters might have gotten a piece, might have hit in the...
Ball knocked onto the turf, scooped up by Shane Knobloch. Rutgers will retain it. Princeton last week at Georgetown, 17 caused turnovers in that 10-8 victory. That's a program record as Erik Peters gets his first save.
Great save by Peters, and the best part was not giving up a rebound on the doorstep. He gobbled it up, maintained possession, and now Princeton will look to clear and get their first possession of the first quarter.
White, Alex Slusher, Chris Brown, who had that 35-game goal-scoring streak snapped last week, and Coulter Mackesy, the freshman. Vardaro tries to go up high. Kirst sniffs it out, long rebound. And the Tigers settle it down, back with an inverted Alex Ross Scott, their leading scorer, who works it back up top. Again, the Tigers without two of their starting defenders today. George Ball, the All-American, out for the second straight week as Peters sniffs that out, rebounds. Out to Stabner, who feathers it up ahead, and a quick clear for the Princeton Tigers. Staff, athletic two-way midfielders. Never have too many of them. Here's Sam English with a lot of contact, tried to shovel it in, didn't get a lot of velocity behind it. Here come the Scarlet Knights up the other way. Speaking of a program with a lot of depth in the midfield.
Take a look at the sequence here. Mackesy tries the backhand. That hit Kirst, so the shot clock would have reset there.
1-0 Scarlet Knights on the early goal by Cameron, and then back-to-back tallies for the Tigers. From distance, Peters knocks it aside. Another save for Peters. That's his fourth here in the first quarter. He had 17 in that win on the road at Georgetown last weekend.
There's Knobloch, who beat Peters but couldn't beat the cage itself.
25 out there for the first time this senior season. Has been banged up a little bit. Tigers looking for an opportunity. They find the open man, Slusher. Save, long carom off Kirst. Mackesy there, and the shot clock resets to 60.
Midfield for an entire season and focus on the defensive side of the ball, and then this year, one of the leading scorers. Unbelievable.
One minute to go here in the O'Connell League. Talked about it, late arriving crowd. Tough angle shot. Erik Peters able to clamp down and corral that one, which came in from Ronan Jacoby, the transfer. Ronan Jacoby on this Princeton team, the Zach Currier, and that's certainly not a bad thing.
No.
Ross Scott trying to turn the corner, gets the hands free. Peters up to the challenge. Ben Finley dives for it. Still no indication. Princeton looking to tie it up. Stevens draws the slide. Rutgers, though, recovers. Across the top of the box, here's Alex Slusher. With some space, Kirst goes down low to make the save, and a quick pass over the top of the ride for Princeton. Bobby Russo, the senior, on the move, passes it off. Bartolo, stick side high. Saved by Peters. Ball still loose, and it's scooped up by the Tigers. Tommy Barnes in the midfield.
A lot of shots from 15-plus yards tonight, Cody. 40.
Ross Scott, the quarterback of the offense. Finley gets his stick up in that passing lane. Caroms into the cross of Bo Pedersen. Look up and down this Princeton. Luke Crimmins, who played an offensive midfield role early in the season, taking on that role as a defensive midfielder. Unsettled situation. Chris Brown and Kirst somehow gets a piece of that might have gotten the pipe.
Really smart take by Chris Brown. Both teams trying to sub.
Mixing and matching in the midfield, Sanguinetti, number 14. Shot gets through to Peters. Long ricochet. Luke Crimmins with another ground ball for the Tigers. His second on as many possessions.
And again, both goalies just being tested from range tonight. 19 saves for Rutgers to escape there. They've been tested. You know, they used to be the hunter and the underdog. Now they're the hunted.
Princeton with a 9-7 lead as we creep up on 2 minutes to go, and there's save number 10 for Erik Peters. He had 10 saves in the second half last week down at Georgetown. Was named Ivy League Player of the Week, 17 saves total. He's having a fantastic senior season between the pipes. Last week, he had scored in every game in his career up until then. He did have 2 assists last week. Sandoval off the face-off win. They got a piece of it, and that's an easy save.
Yeah, Sandoval wanted to throw the fastball. He got checked, and the changeup is what ended up being thrown.
The Princeton Tigers, who trailed this one 6-5 3 minutes into the second quarter, score 6 of the game's final 7 goals here at the end of the first half. Big stand by Erik Peters, a couple of goals.
Temperature, certainly a lot colder than when the sun was out, when folks were arriving.
Sure is. Chris Brown couldn't quite get the hands free, goes low. Kirst with his 8th save of the contest.
Another one that Kirst had to track down as it dribbled towards that goal line. York
finally have a home venue.
Yeah, they had to. Their home games were away games for a few years there, but you're right. They have a home venue now, and ooh.
Erik Peters ranging well out of the cage, takes some contact. Coming down with that box with 39 on the shot clock. Tigers have led by as many as 4. It's a 3-goal Rutgers deficit. Stick side high. Erik Peters cuts off the angle from Mitch Bartolo.
Great save by Peters, especially after what happened behind the goal. That can kind of throw a goalie for a loop a bit. They want to stay in cage, stay focused. Peters able to regain his composure on that save. All-American NESCAC Player of the Year.
NLL draft pick.
Yeah, professional lacrosse player. The box lacrosse background as well. You take that to the professional ranks. No question, Jacoby's game is made for Division I lacrosse as Peters gobbles another one up, and again, no rebound. Sometimes the most important part of the save is not letting the team have a second opportunity on the doorstep.
Rutgers had momentum. Erik Peters wasn't a fan of that. Brown doesn't need a lot of time or space to get the hands free. Different look for the Tigers.
Hung up again, but it is not Slusher this time.
Is that a Rhonda?
It is.
Rhonda to Mackesy. Right idea, probably not where they want those two on the field.
Yeah, how about the save by Kirst? What range going across his body? It might have been wide of the cage, but nevertheless, Rutgers able to
attack. He's played midfield, a versatile player throughout his time. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Look at Brian Cameron's head, always up, looking for the pass.
Low to low, save made by Peters.
And another great save by Peters.
Jacob Stabner. Shot save, long rebound, ball loose on the turf. Scooped up by Jacob Stabner, the junior.
Lead. They come out and play like this. That's the coach you want in the locker room.
Sam English snakes his way around Daninger. Kirst gets the stick on it, 32 on the shot clock. Point out there in the defensive midfield alongside Daninger for Rutgers. Sam English had an early goal for the Tigers. He's been quiet since. Has that one knocked away. Here comes fresh off 17 saves last week in that upset win down at Georgetown that named him Ivy League Player of the Week. What a night, Dave, for Erik Peters. 10 saves in the first half, 5 alone in that third quarter.
Yeah, so 15 through 3 quarters, but if there was a bonus for clutch, he would have gotten a lot more points in the third quarter because he kept this to a 3-goal lead when, quite frankly, Princeton just couldn't find anything on offense.
And Rutgers had the momentum until Erik Peters made a couple of clean saves.
Yeah, and I've noticed a lot of players finding the center of the field, this underhand delivery from the shot, hitting defenders in front of them. I think we're going to get back to that tic-tac-toe passing we saw in the second quarter. Maybe some doorstep goals, the easy goals to maybe break that glass wall that seems to be.
You can see it at the top of your screen. Here's Slusher.
Inside roll. Nope.
Trying to get underneath. Boswell rolls back in. Hands are free. Tries to go high. Kirst meets him there. And now we'll get the call on the flag against Kamish.
And a great job by Kirst there, learning from what he saw from Slusher in the first half. Players on the roster coming into the season.
Reigning Rookie of the Year, Freshman of the Year in the Big Ten.
Correct, and we've barely said his name.
Shot, low save by Peters. Scooped up by the Tigers.
With the lefty, low to high, flick of the wrist, find your upper 90. It's going to be a one-goal game back and forth. In the third quarter, you thought Rutgers had found the formula on defense, but Erik Peters prevented them from finding the formula on offense.
With wins early in the season at home against Monmouth and Binghamton, and then they go down to Maryland. Here's a shot, another save by Peters, give him 17. Matches what he did down in Washington, D.C. against the Hoyas last week.
I mean, and you talk about Erik Peters, 17 saves against number 3 Georgetown last week, 17 saves against number 3 Rutgers this week. Talk about national accolades. I mean, being added to Wharton list is great, but I'm talking player of the week. This is incredible.
Rutgers came into this one, they were averaging 16 goals per game. Their 6 games, all-time program record, 94 goals through their first 6 games. Peters with another save.
Make it 18. Whew.
Second straight week. Pace Billings, the sophomore starter, he's out tonight after he suffered an injury late against Georgetown. Getting chippy out there as flags fly in. Clean look and a save. Gives it up and gets it back. Now Scott around the near side. Shot saved by Peters, a career-high 20th. Point blank, down 2 men. That one skips in and doesn't quite get to him.
We've got, some distance between us and Peters right now. Did he save that with the butt end of his stick? I mean, what a day for Erik Peters.
20 saves. Vardaro released, so we're back to 6-on-5 for another 15 seconds. Cutter out in front. Peters takes it away. Long carom up to the top. Tigers. Erik Peters, 21 saves, 9 goals allowed for the reigning Ivy League Player of the Week.
And talk about a momentum builder, because momentum's not shifting at this point. It is squarely on the Tiger sideline. But to go 2-man down and come up with saves like this and shut the door on the number.
21 saves for that man, number 9, Erik Peters, took over after that 1-goal loss at Rutgers in 2019. He started every game for Princeton since.
Felix, somehow Stevens fights through, Slusher fighting through here, and what a save by Kirst coming in. I won't make another baseball reference there, but it was begging for it.
The Meistrell Cup will stay in Princeton. The 6th straight win by the home team in this series, 16-11. The Tigers take down the number 3 team in the country for the 2nd straight game.
An incredible week for the Princeton Tigers. But folks, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights have a big season ahead of them. This is their year too. And Cody, dare I say, might not be the last time these 2 teams play this year, because I could see both of these teams in the bracket. And if that happens, you never know what the outcome will be. But right now, it's all about the Princeton Tigers taking home the Meistrell Cup or keeping